Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Hardcore series. Today's episode 6 and we have a problem. These are literally the last pieces of iron I have to my name in this world. And today, we are going to fix that. And that's by building an iron farm designed by the legend himself, ENX04. So first of all, we need a place to build the farm, which is easy enough because I have already made a place for the farm right over here. This farm is extremely simple to make and it's so easy to follow along as well, but the fun part is not building the farm itself. The fun part is going to be building the build around the farm itself, because that's what I love doing in this world. Materials. What the hell was that? For the materials, I have already gathered like more than enough materials. I was going to build a different farm, but then I was like, I don't need a farm that OP. I'm just gonna settle down with this farm. So we will need 3 beds, we will need the trapdoors, the slabs, and the buckets, and a boat, and some chests, and also I need a hopper. But I do not have enough iron right now, so whenever the first iron column spawns, it's gonna drop me enough iron, then I will be able to actually get myself the hopper I need. Now into building the farm. This farm is extremely simple. It's not that complicated at all. It just needs some... Let's just go like this, like 1, 2, 3. And also, yeah, I have like a floating land in here because I transformed this place. After that, we need to go 7 blocks underneath. And of course, we have a water cave right where I want to build a farm. Isn't this beautiful? This might actually end up being a problem. And all the way under here, we need to put 3 blocks like this, or we need to dig 3 blocks like this, with all of the beds facing this way. And after that, we will need to place 2 slabs that way and 1 spruce trapdoor that way. Now for the place where the zombie is going to be, we're just gonna dig something like this, a 2x3 with 3 blocks high in the middle. And all we need to do now is just to dig outside. But before we actually close up, I need to place the boat right in the middle here. Now we can actually go out. And of course, when I'm building, it starts raining. At least it looks pretty when it rains with the shaders. I don't mind them. Before I actually get all of the villagers in here, I need to build the killing chamber, which will be 9x5 blocks right to the side of this. I forgot something that's actually really important. I forgot my hoe. We're gonna hoe down this area right over here and place a bucket of water on top of that. And we will need another bucket of water. Place it right on this side. And that's gonna work to prevent all of the golems from spawning on those blocks in there and be stuck on those blocks. Now we place signs all around this one block in here. And for the last, we can place a trapdoor with a sign on top so nothing can actually burn. Now for the last part, we just need to place a lava bucket right over there and the farm is basically done. Now all we need to do is to get ourselves the villagers from the villager breeder and take them all the way into their chamber. Now that the railway is done, we just need to press the buttons. Now all the villagers are in their pit. We just need to break all of these minecarts. Now we close this. Now technically the iron farm is done, but we need one more thing. And that thing is a hopper. I'm gonna use all of my leftover iron to make one of these. I'm sure it's gonna be worth this. This is gonna generate me a limited amount of iron. And just like this, the only thing that's left to do is to get a zombie down there. And I can already hear a zombie somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where is it. Picked up a string, so that's gonna assure me that he's not gonna despawn anyways. Now we just need to grab him into his pit right here, and hopefully no golems are gonna spawn into the walls because there are so many empty holes in there. We have an issue. This zombie don't want to sit in his boat, so I'll have to fix that real fast. This zombie really don't want to go into the boat. Okay, finally actually got into the boat. Now if the golem didn't spawn anywhere, surely the iron farm is gonna start working. And of course the iron golem ended up spawning somewhere else. I should have expected that. Now I really just need to close these holes down here so no iron golems actually spawn in here. And the iron farm is working. It's working, let's go. And we already have 3 iron. Oh my god, this farm is going to be insane. It's not the fastest, but it's just gonna accumulate more iron and more iron across the time, so I'm not really worried about that. And the thing is, if we ever need a better iron farm, we can always make a better one. Alright, and now to my favorite part, which is building the build around the actual farm. I've got myself quite a lot of spruce logs, and hopefully these are gonna be enough. But the thing is, we kinda have an issue right here, because these iron golems are spawning inside these blocks in here, which make them stuck whenever they spawn. So I'll try to figure out a solution for that in the near future. But also, I have set up a new shaders, so if you guys like these shaders and you want me to just do a video or a short explaining whatever I have changed in this, please feel free to like the video and let me know in the comments down below. Now to the building part. I wanna do this building part right with you guys. Like, I want to go ahead and show you the steps I take whenever I'm building. So first things first, I always start by trying to figure out what's the shape I'm trying to go for, because most of the time I just go for like random shapes and it just comes out nicely, just like you guys can see. But since this is lava right here, I don't think I'll be able to use my wood for the first floor, so let's just keep it stone for the first part, and then we will try to get it into wood for the second floor. So first things first, I'm just gonna outline the build right like this. And I always try to go for odd numbers, because when it's, for example, 8 blocks or like something like that, 8, 6, 10, it's just gonna give you much trouble building the roof later on. So as you guys can see, this is 2, 4, 6, 7. Which is gonna give me a much easier time later on. And for the door, I would love to have it go right here. And yeah, that golem is suffocating in the wall. I mean, this kind of works. I'm gonna keep this like this in case the zombie inside there die. And now we need to take this a couple of blocks up, and hopefully it is going to look good. And after we're done with getting all the walls like this, leaving it like this is kind of boring, so we need to texture it out with some random blocks, like for example cobblestone and andesite. And I think having some blocks of andesite like this on the corners is gonna make it more solidified, so that's a nice detail. Maybe I'm gonna add some stone bricks into the mix as well. And just like that, we have our first floor ready and done. Now going up to the second floor, we will need to do something like this, because I always like starting my floors with stairs just like this. Now what we're gonna do, we are gonna be starting on placing our spruce logs right around the corners. And now next thing we need to do is to fill this area in here with oak, which is my favorite block personally to just build with. And now comes time for the roof. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go for a small roof from this side and a big roof on that side, and they both are gonna connect on one point right over there. So let's do that. And that over there looks like a nice looking roof for me. Now we just need to connect them together with some deep slate and the roof is going to be finished. And now the building part is almost over, because right now we just need to decorate the outside of this build and it's going to be done. First of all, we need light all around this place, because I don't want mobs to spawn here, so lighting the place first is going to be the greatest move ever. Also add in trapdoors like this is gonna give the build even more depth. And now the only thing that's left to put is a door for the farm. And just like this, the iron farm is done. And while we were actually building, the iron farm was working non-stop, and we have managed to get over 4 stacks of iron. A really good farm in my opinion, and it's really worth building, and I think I missed something out. So if you guys like this video, please feel free to click the videos on the screen right now, because YouTube think that you will like it too.